Can you really understand Christianity if you only know Bible verses but not the history, the philosophy, and the world it came from? Or flip it. Can you really understand Christian theology if you know the history and ideas, but you're not listening to Scripture itself? Hi, I'm Shawn Armstrong. I'm an ordained minister and a historian, and I've spent years teaching and writing about how Scripture, history, and theology fit together. I'm the author of books like Unveiling the Divine, The Final Days of Jesus Christ, The Veil of Prophecy, and the Western Theological Tradition, all of them wrestling with one core question. Who is the God Christians confess, and how did believers across the centuries learn to speak about it? This YouTube playlist, Foundations of Christian Theology, is built as kind of a mini intro course. Let me show you how it's structured. What this course covers. Module 1, what is theology? The big story of Christianity. We start with the basics. What does theology even mean? What is the core Christian story? Creation, fall, redemption, new creation? And how did Christianity step into a world filled with many gods, temples, and philosophies? Module 2, the final days of Jesus Christ. Then we slow down and walk through the last week of Jesus' life, his entry into Jerusalem, the Last Supper, his trial, crucifixion, and resurrection. Not just as isolated stories, but as the center of Christian faith. Module 3, the apostles and the birth of the church. Next, we meet the apostles as real people. Peter, John, Matthew, Thomas, even Judas. Their failures, their courage, their martyrdom, and how their witness shaped the New Testament and the early creeds. Module 4, Rome and the first Christians. Faith under empire. Then we zoom out and ask, how did the Roman world see Jesus and his followers? We look at Roman writers, persecution, North African defenders of the faith, and the road from Diocletian's great persecution to Constantine and the Council of Nicaea. Module 5, Revelation and Prophecy, reading the veil. After that, we go straight into the book many people fear or obsess over, Revelation. We talk about its symbols, the Lamb on the throne, beasts in Babylon, the new heaven and new earth, and 4 major ways Christians have read the book across history. Module 6, Grace and the Western Theological Tradition. Finally, we trace the story of grace in Western theology, from the Bible to Athanasius to Augustine and Aquinas, through Luther and the Reformation, into the Enlightenment and the questions of the modern world. Asking how Christians have learned to talk about God, grace, and salvation across the centuries. How to use this playlist. You can treat it like a short, structured course. Start at Module 1 and just work your way through, taking notes, pausing, and reflecting as you go. Or you can dip into the module that matches what you're studying right now. If your church is in Revelation, jump to Module 5. If you're wrestling with grace, sin, and salvation, go to Module 6. If you're curious about Rome, persecution, and early Christianity, Module 4 is for you. Use it for personal study, a small group, or as a supplement to what you're already reading and hearing at church. If this kind of deep dive into Christian theology helps you, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new content. Comment your questions, your pushback, and your "wait, what about" moments. I'd love to see what you're wrestling with. And if you want to go deeper, check the links in the description for the books these modules are based on. My prayer is that this series doesn't just fill your head with information, but helps you know how the God Christians worship more clearly, more honestly, and more deeply. Welcome to the Foundations of Christian Theology. Let's get started. If you've ever wished you could slow down and really walk through the life of Jesus, not just in quick sermons, but through scripture, history, and prophecy together, that's exactly why I wrote the Passion series. Hi, I'm Shawn Armstrong, and the Passion series is my 5-book journey into the life, death, and enduring impact of Jesus Christ. Across these volumes, we explore the core message of Christianity and the character of God. The final days of Jesus' earthly life, step by step, from the triumphal entry all the way to the empty tomb. The mysterious world of Revelation with its symbols, its beasts, and the hope of new creation. And the Roman writings about Jesus, voices outside the Bible that will have something important to say. I've tried to bring together pastoral insight and solid historical research in a way that's accessible for pastors, students, and thoughtful lay readers who just want to go deeper. The Passion series is written to help you see Christ with fresh eyes, understand what he has done, and remember why his story still changes lives today. You can find the Passion series in paperback and Kindle on Amazon and Google Play. Just search for The Passion Series, Shawn Armstrong, or follow the link in the description. If you're ready to go beyond surface level faith, I'd love for you to take the journey with me.